Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Atari ST A to Z, a series of short playthroughs of Atari ST games, some of which I grew up with and some of which are new to me. Today is one of the former. Today we're looking at Slaygon, which was a 1988 release by Microdeal. And the game was written in GFA Basic by James Oxley, with graphics and sound by John Conley. GFA Basic, if you've not come across it before, is a really popular advanced dialect of the BASIC programming language from about 1986 onwards, and it only sort of went out of service and out of support in the early 2000s, so it stuck around for quite a long time. And it was particularly popular for Atari ST programmers because it provided very easy access to the Atari ST's operating system, TOS, the operating system, imaginatively named, and its graphical front-end gem, or the graphics environment manager. So that made it very straightforward for people to be able to program things with things like drop-down menus, mouse control, dialog boxes and all that sort of thing. So it was a very popular choice for Atari ST programmers in particular. So Slaygon itself is a sci-fi dungeon crawler in which progression comes from the items you find rather than grinding for experience points or anything like that. So yeah, I've always found it quite an interesting game and never really sort of got very far with it. So we'll see how we get on today. If you'll excuse the motorbike outside. So here's the package for it. Bit of lovely artwork on the front there in a bright yellow box. Really stands out on the shelf. There's the back. So the blurb, we've got two screenshots here. We've got Slaygon in the labyrinth of passages and Slaygon in the computer room. So the back of box blurb reads as follows. You have developed the ultimate infiltration device, the Slaygon. The Slaygon is the most sophisticated military robot ever created. Conventional weapons have absolutely no effect on it. Controlled from within by one highly trained specialist, that's you that is, Slaygon possesses the strength of 100 men, the armory and weapons of a small tank, and the intelligence of its operator. Well, you're screwed then, aren't you? You and your remarkable machine are needed by the government to help uphold peace and justice in the world. The situation is critical and escalating. You immediately join the United Defense Force. A top secret dispatch orders you to destroy the cyberdynamics laboratory facility at all costs. They are working on a strain of toxic virus capable of annihilating all human life and allow them to capture the world. Not much good capturing it if you've annihilated all human life, is it? If you can disable their main computer, their facility will explode and their sinister plans will be thwarted and absolutely will not cast the virus up into the atmosphere at all, definitely. You've managed to obtain a forged low security pass, but once inside you are on your own. The location of the strategic targets are unknown. You must maneuver around the 4 different types of security robots that guard the complex and covertly wind through 5 miles of hallways and 500 rooms in this quarter-mile square complex. Yeah, so it goes on in that regard for quite a while. You may recall when we looked at Airball, there was a very substantial back of box story. So let's have a quick look inside as well and see what we've got in here. So inside the box we have the manual and we have the game on 2 discs. That's the first one. Excuse me. And then we have a fairly typical Microdeal manual, which yeah, try and see there without the light shining off it. These were fairly no frills in most regards, but yeah, they did the job. They explained what they were all about and how to play the game and that sort of thing. One thing that's particularly interesting in this manual though is a little message that's in the back here. A message from the authors. A common misunderstanding. BASIC is thought of to be a slow programming language made just for beginners. This is not true. Many of the big corporate mainframe computers are using BASIC because it has become a very powerful language that is easy to use. A language doesn't have to be confusing to be powerful. Just to prove this fact, Slaygon was written entirely using GFA Basic distributed from Micron Inc., which was, I think, either a parent company or subsidiary of Microdeal. They were certainly related anyway. A language should enable you to do anything that your imagination can dream up. GFA Basic is powerful enough to do this, and at the same time it is easy to understand and simple to use. We recommend GFA Basic to anyone who wishes to turn their dreams into reality. We would like to thank the staff at Micron for their support. We'd also like to thank the staff of GFA System Technique for a product that is of the finest quality. So yeah, basically this whole game was designed as a showcase for GFA Basic, what it was possible to achieve using that language. And then besides that, we have a bunch of other little leaflets and stuff in here with some other info on. So here we've got a promotional thing that's got Gold Runner, which is a shoot 'em up by Microdeal that will probably come across at the top. Then we've got Airball, which we've previously seen on this series. We've got ST Replay, which is a sampling package, a very popular sampling package, in fact, where you could record sounds into your Atari ST at varying levels of quality. And then Jupiter Probe, which was another shoot 'em up by Steve Back, who made Gold Runner. I vaguely remember playing that, but I don't seem to have a copy of that anymore. So it's maybe one that we borrowed off someone at some point. So I don't know. We've got a couple more things in here. We've got this here, Action Take 3. So this is an advert for Leatherneck, Soccer and Tanglewood. So Leatherneck was the sort of top-down commando style game. Soccer is fairly self-explanatory, and Tanglewood, it was like I think it was a role-playing game. Let's have a look. What does it say? Why settle for adventures with 1 or 2 characters? Tanglewood has 5, and Tanglewood is all graphics, over 700k of them. Yeah, I'll have to look into that one at some point. I remember seeing that back in the day and thinking it looked quite impressive. We've got a second copy of the exact same advert, and we've got a registration card. To join our mailing list and register for purchase, please return this postcard with your postcode. Yeah, not that interesting. Nothing to win there. And then some other leaflets with stuff from Microdeal. So this is more sort of serious stuff that they offered as well. So there was Superconductor, which was Microdeal's MIDI music program. DOS shell, which mimics the MS-DOS command prompt. So if you'd rather use that on your Atari ST than GEM, Microdeal had you covered there. There was GFA Basic, of course. ZoomRex, which was a database piece of software. Actually got a copy of that up there, I think. And yeah, then some entertainment software as well. So Airball Construction Kit, Airball Construction Kit, cards, Techmate Chess, Electronic Pool, Fright Night, the computer game, Gold Runner, Journey to the Lair, Jupiter Probe, Karate Kid Part 2, the computer game, Leatherneck, Major Motion, Pinball Factory, Shuttle 2, International Soccer, Tanglewood, Time Bandit, which you've previously seen, and Trivia Challenge. So yeah, Microdeal and Microdeal were really prolific, especially in the early days of the ST, and they put out some really good quality stuff as well. So Slaygon is certainly one that's quite fondly regarded by a lot of people, including some people I know. So I guess this one's for you, Sam. Anyway, let's go play Slaygon. Okay, here we are with Slaygon. Yeah, so we are outside the Cyber Dynamics building, ready to infiltrate and stop them from releasing a deadly virus into the atmosphere by blowing them up. So, continue save game. No. Novice or expert? Novice. The expert mode of this basically randomizes the location of all the objects in the base. So, yeah. Only do that if you know what you're doing. Right, so the way this game works is this screen up here becomes a map. This screen over here is your first person view. This stuff down the bottom here are all your systems that you have access to in the Slaygon. Across the top here you have your various items that you collect along the way. We don't have any yet, but yeah, you move back and forth using these buttons here, and you can use, take, drop, and I can't remember what that does. I think that might just tell you what it is. Right, so thing to do, let's switch on the plotter first of all, which allows us to make an auto map. This scanner can be quite helpful, but you've got to note that while you are using any of these things, it uses energy from the Slaygon's energy reserves too, so you basically don't want to overuse stuff. Alright, so we begin here. Let's make our way around here, and you see that the scanner has actually revealed a little part of the map already. So that's one of the things it does, as well as scanning for threats around the place. It also reveals the map in your immediate area, which is jolly nice of it. And so you're aiming this. Force field ahead. Okay, so that is a trap that you can You can either just wander through and take the hit. You can use your shields to get through it. But there are also items that help you sort of nullify that damage as well. So it's generally worth your while to try and find those. Now you can see this door has a little cyan indicator by it, which indicates that you need a key of that colour in order to get through it. So you need to explore on your way until you find a suitable key. Nothing in this room. Again, another locked door there. Another locked door here. So this side of the map, a lot of it is evidently locked with the cyan key. Right, teleporter. If we use this, I think maybe you have to put something in the teleporter to do that. Or do you just walk into it? No. Okay, maybe we need to find other teleporters before we can use that. But you'll notice that all these things are marked on the map with various different coloured dots. It's up to you to remember what all those dots mean, of course. Excuse me. Still shaking off a bit of a cold. So you join me as I am sipping Sip. What's up here? Also locked. Right. Okay, so we're probably out of luck in this direction for now. So let's head this way. Another locked door. Oh, it's down to the south. A green locked door. Nothing there. Right. This thing has gone red here, which indicates that there's probably a threat ahead. So it's a good idea to pop up your shields, stick on your sensors, and when you open the door, there's probably going to be like a robot guard behind here. There he is. So you then proceed to take it in turns to shoot at each other, or I think you can just run away, which is probably a good idea in that case because he's a lot stronger than us. What was in there? Anything? No. Right, I can turn the shields and sensors off now. Preserve a bit of energy. Oh, another robot. Run away. Should have paid attention to my indicator, shouldn't I? Aha! A key card. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. But still a robot guard in there, so we'll leave him to it. So they don't chase after you in this, I don't think. They just sort of guard various rooms. So in a lot of cases you can actually avoid combat altogether. Oops. Right, let's see if we're going to open some of those blue doors. Not sure why that keeps clicking 3 times, but whatever. What have we here? We have a thing. Take. Oh. Green laser pistol. Okay, so we need to move over to the next slot. Take that, and that will make our weapons more powerful. Laser installed. So you see our basic one is a blue laser. Now we have a green laser, which is more powerful. And you see that the light above the laser indicator on the control panel has become green now to show that that's the kind that we're using. So I'd still rather not get into fights if we don't have to. But, well, we'll see. Alright, what was over here? That's a blue door, but that looks like it's going to lead into a substantial new part of the complex, so we'll leave that be for now. We'll go and look at some of the stuff over here on the western side. So it's very, very tiny, but you can probably see our location updating on the mini-map on the left-hand side. We are the white dot. Okay, so something nasty in there. Something nasty in there. Leave them be for now. Actually, you know what? Let's go try out our new laser. We might as well, now we have it. Let's try this door first. So, shields up, red alert. So, the main thing you're looking at on these sensors is the red bar in the middle is their health value. And I think the other two are like their attack and defense ratings, maybe. There we go. Destroyed. And as a thing, it's a repair module. Alright, if we take that and then use it, Slaygon repaired. Okay, I didn't need to use that. That's not the same as something that restores your shields. Alright. Well, that wasted that, but never mind. Another robot of the same variety. Right, what were you hiding? Nothing at all. Wonderful. Alright, well, that was a waste of time. And energy. Quite literally. Ionizer beam ahead. Again, that's another trap that you can find an item to shield yourself against. So it's generally a bad idea to just stumble into that. Ah, weakling! Guarding absolutely nothing. Oh well. Blue door. Another enemy. Oh, it's an unpleasant strong one. Let's not deal with him. What about you? You are a moderately powerful one. We can take you on. So there are batteries you can find around the place that will allow you to restore your shields. As you can imagine, they are a very valuable commodity. Uh-oh. No, we're good. Because you're a weakling, weedy weakling. None of these robots are guarding anything good. It's very disappointing. Yes, I know. Aha, what is this? Red energy pod. Take. Use. Ha 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 ha. Much needed. Right. No. Goodbye. Right, yellow door. Not much good to us. Red door. Also not much good to us. Proton mine ahead. Can we shoot that? No, we cannot. Alright, let's go another way. Right, this way then. Oh, that's the ionizer beam. That's why we haven't been that way. Alright, let's try this way. Yellow door. Oh, proton mine ahead. I'll leave him to it. So for all the bluster in the manual and on the packaging about the Slaygon being an invincible machine that's the power of 1,000 men and stronger than any tank, it sure does take a lot of damage from force fields and proton mines. Waiting room. Nothing in there. Just a bit of colour. There's one thing I quite liked about this game is they did bother to sort of think about how an office building might be laid out in the future. I mean, obviously it's a complete labyrinth, but they did bother to put in some little nods to realism, like it having a waiting room and offices and that sort of thing. Ooh, a new keycard. Now we can find out what's behind the green door. Proton mine ahead. Awful lot of those protecting that area up there. Nasty evil robot in there. Let's have a look. Ooh, that hurt. As you can see, there's a certain amount of RPG style randomness to the combat in this. Alright, power room. I think you need to blow that up at some point. Not like that though. I guess you need to use a bomb. Where are we going? This way? That's a proton mine ahead, isn't it? Yep, there we are. Okay. Then this way. Right, I think there are a couple more doors down here we can open, aren't there? Yep. There's one. Oh, it's a thing. It's a green shield belt. That would have been useful a little bit earlier. Okay, so we now got a green shield. I guess we can drop this now. Oh, you can only drop one thing in a room at a time. Or one thing in a grid square, I guess. Alright, well, there's some upgrades. Let's have a look around here. I was clearly wrong about that door. It goes nowhere, but it does have a terminal interface. Not sure what that's for. Can't use it on anything. But I guess one of those sort of unique rooms that we find. You use that on it. For whatever reason. Oh, excuse me. It's so blocked up at the minute. And it won't go away. It's just lingering. Thoroughly unpleasant. But I won't bore you with my complaining. Right, what's going on this way? Is there a mine up here? No, we just didn't continue exploring in this way. Oh, this is where we found the first key card, wasn't it? Okay, not much going on here. Can't open that one yet. Can't go through there. That's a dead end. Running out of options. You might have to go staggering through that force field. Oh, green door. It's ooh, a deionizer rod. That sounds exceedingly useful. For getting through ionization beams, for example. Now, if I can just remember where the ionization beam was, that would be marvellous. I think I can. I think it was over on that sort of western edge of the complex. So through here, and then round here, I think. Yeah, there it is. So do we just use this? Or do we just walk through it? Let's put our shields up just in case. Yeah, it just means you can walk through it. And that gives us a red door, which we can't open. That's annoying. So, where the hell do we go? A key. Yes, I know it's a key. A key for what? There was a nasty evil robot in there, wasn't there? Okay. So let's not go that way. What about this way? Red door, can't go that way. Proton mine there. That's a yellow door. I think we might have to take our chances with the proton mine. Just going to save the game. Or not, as the case may be. Well, I guess we're just doing this then. Or apparently that's the end of our adventure, because it's crashed. Well, that's really helpful, isn't it? Okay. Good. Real good. Real good. Let's check in something. I'll be right back. I was having a good time there. So, you know what? We're going to carry on. Or, more accurately, have another go. So, I think I can remember a fair amount of the stuff that we did. So, let's see if we can just get back roughly where we were. And remember not to try and save the game this time. As is often the case with these videos, I'm recording this off one of the automation compilation discs. Simply because it means that I don't have to do any disk swapping or anything while I'm recording the footage. And evidently, what happened here was that the sort of compressed nature of the game was not compatible with the save game facility. So the original version of this game, the save game feature works absolutely fine. Weakling! Oh well. Such is the nature of playing with old games. Right, there's an ionizer beam ahead there as well. That's worth remembering. So the first thing we need to do is find that blue key card. And there's a force field ahead there, so it's not that way. This is an opportunity to answer a question I've had about this game for some time, which is it the same map every time? I think it is. But what we're doing here will allow us to figure out if that actually is the case, and I think it is so far from what I've seen. Alright, shields up. Ooh, that's new. Locked box. I guess that's what the key's for. What about here? Nothing. Robot? Robot. Just die. There we go. You were guarding nothing, as always. Nothing in there. Bad thing in there. Ooh, very bad thing in there. Ow. No. See you later. Right. Blue key card. Right, nothing else down there at the minute. Okay, so the scanner is the thing that puts the coloured dots on the map as well. It shows where there is stuff or where there's enemies or traps or that sort of thing. It does take quite a lot of energy to use that though. Oops. Oh, you're a weedy weakling. Can't remember if he was guarding anything. Another lockbox. Very interesting. I'm sure these weren't there last time. And I was sure Novice was supposed to have objects in the same place every time. Whereas Expert is the one that randomizes their positions. But apparently not. Right, that was there last time. Right, and down here was the shield belt, wasn't it, I think? Yep. So take that, use it, and drop that. And head up here for a little explore. That was the repair module that we wasted last time, so let's not waste that this time. Robot friend behind here. As you can tell, combat in this is not terribly sophisticated, as to say, but that wasn't particularly unusual for role-playing games in general of the time. If you've played any of sort of stuff like Eye of the Beholder and stuff like that, combat in those games is very sort of hack and slash. Pretty much just press an attack button and wait, then press it again and again and again. So I guess the thing you're missing in this compared to something like that is you've got no sort of magic equivalent. All you've got is that attack. There's a key. Right. So if we drop that, then use the key, is that how that works? Yes! What's this? Energy disruptor. I don't know what that does, but I'm intrigued. Robot friend. No, let's leave him because we're a bit low on energy at the minute. Yellow door, can't get through that. Another key. Alright, let's do it. Take, use, it's a grenade, a photon grenade. That sounds useful for blowing things up with. Don't want to die. I think we're dead. We're dead. Okay, I think that's probably enough Slaygon for one day. You hopefully get the idea, even with the broken save facility that we found earlier on. As I say, if you get yourself a legitimate copy of this game, or at least a download of a legitimate copy rather than something off a compilation disc, then the save function does work properly. But yeah, enjoyable. And one that I'd like to come back to and see if I can get a bit deeper into. So, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please help out the channel by leaving a like or a comment and subscribing. New episodes of Atari A to Z are on Tuesdays and Atari ST A to Z on Thursdays. Check out atari-a-to-z.wordpress.com for a full archive. Do please also check out my other projects moegamer.net, where I explore Japanese and Japanese-inspired games from yesterday and today, and videopackgames.wordpress.com, which aims to catalogue a small but well-formed library of the Philips G7000 Videopack computer, also known as the Magnavox Odyssey 2. You can also support my work on Patreon or buy me a coffee. You can find links to do both down in the video description. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.